In the world of WWE, bright lights, roaring crowds, and jaw-dropping action turn wrestlers into stars admired by millions of fans. Yet, not everyone continues to live in that spotlight after retirement. Some choose a simpler path, returning to everyday life and taking on jobs that might seem completely unrelated to the ring. Today, let's join Wrestling Sphere as we explore 15 famous WWE wrestlers who are now pursuing ordinary yet fascinating and meaningful careers. 1. Jimmy Wang Yang. Jimmy Wang Yang was one of the few young stars who managed to shine during the final days of WCW, when he competed as part of the Young Dragons. With his high-flying style, crowd-pleasing moves, and ability to bring fun energy into any match, Yang quickly earned the audience's affection. His charisma ensured that his name wasn't only remembered in WCW, but also left a mark in major promotions like WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, and even All Japan Pro Wrestling. In WWE, Jimmy stood out with his redneck persona, a humorous, free-spirited cowboy from the countryside. The character was both unique and relatable, which helped him connect with fans on a larger scale. Many still recall his tag team matches alongside Shannon Moore against the popular duo of The Miz and John Morrison, where their chemistry and fiery performances made the bouts unforgettable. Once he stepped away from the ring, Jimmy chose a surprisingly different path. At first, he launched a pest control company called Jimmy's Pest Control, a business venture far removed from the image fans were used to. Later, staying true to his fun-loving nature, he started a party bus service in Cincinnati. Aptly named Jimmy's Redneck Party Bus, it offered people lively rides filled with music, laughter, and a festive atmosphere. From being a high-flyer thrilling wrestling crowds to creating joy and unique experiences in everyday life, Jimmy Wang Yang has continued to bring smiles wherever he goes. 2. Muhammad Hassan. Mark Kapani, the man who once shook the wrestling world by portraying the controversial character Muhammad Hassan, is a prime example of how quickly a WWE career can change. With a storyline that sparked constant debate, Hassan rapidly became one of the most talked-about figures in the early 2000s. His blend of strong acting, solid in-ring skills, and a sharply defined villain persona allowed him to stand out in a very short time. However, due to circumstances beyond his control, Kapani's WWE run came to an abrupt end, leaving fans with a sense of unfinished business. Instead of chasing opportunities in other wrestling promotions, Kapani took a completely different path and entered the field of education. Starting from the classroom, he became a history teacher, sharing both knowledge and passion for the past with his students. His dedication and perseverance helped him gradually establish himself in academia, eventually earning the role of principal at a high school in New York. From being a lightning rod for controversy on television to becoming a respected educator, Mark Kapani's transformation is remarkable. His journey proves that life doesn't revolve solely around the spotlight of the ring. In his new role, he provides guidance, inspiration, and encouragement, helping young people gain the confidence to step into the future. Mark Kapani, once remembered as WWE's shocking Muhammad Hassan, is now a devoted teacher and school leader, living a quiet yet meaningful life. 3. Mideon. Dennis Knight, a familiar name to WWE fans of the late 1990s, might surprise many with what he does today. During his wrestling career, Knight took on multiple characters, but he is most remembered for his role as Naked Mideon, an eccentric persona who often ran around nearly naked. This bizarre image made fans both laugh and cringe every time he appeared, making him one of the boldest and most unforgettable characters of the rebellious Attitude Era. Before that, Dennis Knight was known as Phineas I. Godwinn in the tag team The Godwinns, and later became Mideon when he joined The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. While he never reached the top tier like some of his peers, he played an important part in memorable storylines, helping to create the diverse and unpredictable atmosphere that defined WWE during that era. After stepping away from the spotlight, Knight chose a completely different path, becoming a chef. With a passion for cooking, he launched Dennis Knight Catering, offering a variety of meals for clients at events both large and small. From a wrestler who once made audiences cringe with his strange antics, he now brings smiles and satisfaction through carefully crafted dishes. Dennis Knight has shown that even someone once associated with an eccentric wrestling persona can find success and joy in an ordinary, yet deeply meaningful, everyday journey. 4. Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner once stood out in WWE with his powerful presence, sometimes portrayed as a goofy character that created an entertaining contrast for fans. Yet, His life outside the ring turned out to be completely different. Few would have imagined that the man who made audiences laugh with his humorous persona would later become a successful businessman, managing his finances wisely and building a stable career after leaving the spotlight. Using the considerable earnings he made in WWE, Steiner chose to invest in real estate, a field that requires patience, careful planning, and long-term vision. He went on to establish Rick Steiner and Associates, a company that became well known in the Atlanta area. This venture not only provided him with steady income but also helped him prove himself as a genuine entrepreneur, far removed from the comedic character fans once saw inside the squared circle. Beyond business, Steiner also leaned on his strong educational background, holding a bachelor's degree in education, to contribute to his community. He served as a member of the local school board, a role that reflected both social responsibility and his passion for supporting younger generations. This further showed that behind the tough exterior and accomplished wrestling career, Steiner was deeply committed to education and public service. From time to time, Rick Steiner still makes special appearances at wrestling events, reminding fans of the legacy he left behind in the industry. But for the most part, he devotes himself to work and family, living a peaceful life far from the noise of the arena lights. 5. Diamond Dallas Page, DDP. Diamond Dallas Page, better known as DDP, was once a familiar face to fans of WCW and later WWE. He gained fame for his powerful wrestling style, relentless determination, and his legendary diamond cutter that could drop opponents in an instant. His illustrious career brought him to the pinnacle of fame, but stepping out of the ring, Page didn't choose a quiet life. Instead, he embarked on an inspiring new journey. Rather than pursuing a managerial role or making frequent appearances on shows, DDP dedicated himself to developing a unique fitness program called DDP Yoga. This system combines yoga, strength training, and breathing techniques, designed not only for professional athletes but also for everyday people looking to improve their health. Remarkably, DDP Yoga has become a lifeline for many former wrestlers whose bodies have been ravaged by years of grueling matches. Two notable examples are Jake the Snake Roberts and Scott Hall, legends who seemed beyond recovery. With DDP's guidance and their commitment to the program, both were able to restore their physical health, regain mental strength, and even rebuild their confidence in life. These stories cemented Diamond Dallas Page's reputation as a dedicated mentor, always willing to support his friends. Today, DDP is no longer a competitor in the ring but a symbol of transformation and rebirth. From champion wrestler to inspirational figure, he has helped thousands push past their limits, reclaim their health, and rediscover their confidence. 6. Spike Dudley. Spike Dudley, though small in stature compared to the giants of the ring, possessed an indomitable spirit that fans could hardly forget. Throughout his years competing in ECW, WWF, and later TNA, he was frequently thrown through tables and endured punishing blows, yet always got back up as if nothing had happened. His grit and resilience made him a standout figure in the eyes of the audience, a warrior who never surrendered, even when victory wasn't on his side. Born Matthew Hayson, he officially retired from wrestling in 2010 to embark on a completely new journey beyond the spotlight. Rather than choosing the glamorous path many of his peers pursued, Hayson turned to a field seemingly unrelated to wrestling: finance. He joined Mass Mutual, where his role was to help clients plan for the future, ranging from retirement savings and education expenses for children to tax management. From a man who once leapt into brutal battles, he became a trusted guide supporting families in their financial journeys. Later, Hayson continued his career with Merrill Edge, a major investment firm, managing accounts of deceased clients. This role demanded meticulous attention and high responsibility, as he ensured families received the assets rightfully meant for them. From being the underdog of the ring, Spike Dudley discovered a new purpose in real life: quiet yet deeply meaningful, assisting others during some of the most critical moments of their lives. 7. Rico. Rico Constantino is one of those WWE figures whose career path surprises many fans. Unlike most wrestlers who start young, Rico entered the professional wrestling world relatively late. He was 37 when he first stepped into WWE and officially began his in-ring career at 40, a rare feat in the demanding world of wrestling. Before stepping into the ring, Rico led a remarkably diverse life. He appeared on American Gladiators, worked with the Special Olympics, served his community as a medical professional, and even spent time as a member of a SWAT team. In 2002, Rico debuted on SmackDown, quickly catching attention as the manager of Billy and Chuck, one of the most talked-about tag teams of that era. With his eccentric stylist and manager persona, Rico left a memorable mark, adding both entertainment and uniqueness to the show. He later made a surprising shift, turning against Billy and Chuck to manage the group 3-Minute Warning. While his in-ring career was brief, Rico still made a lasting impression on the audience. Today, after stepping away from WWE's bright lights, Rico has chosen a career defined by discipline and responsibility. He currently serves as a sergeant inspector at the Nevada Taxi Authority and works part-time as a security officer for the U.S. Marshals. While his current life is far quieter than the chaos of the wrestling ring, Rico continues to demonstrate courage, discipline, and a commitment to community service, values that have defined him from his past into the present. 8. AJ Lee. AJ Lee, born AJ Mendez, was one of the female wrestlers who left a lasting mark on WWE history. With her petite frame, rebellious personality, and a unique ability to blend technical wrestling with clever in-ring antics, AJ quickly became a standout, captivating millions of fans. She held the Divas Championship 3 times and is remembered as one of the pioneers who helped shape the modern era of women's wrestling. However, after unexpectedly announcing her retirement in 2015, AJ didn't disappear from the spotlight. Instead, she embarked on a meaningful new path. She became an author with her memoir Crazy Is My Superpower, in which she openly shared her challenging childhood, struggles with bipolar disorder, and how she turned seemingly negative experiences into strength to persevere. The book quickly became a bestseller, establishing AJ as a respected voice in literature. Beyond writing, AJ also emerged as an inspirational speaker, participating in events and forums to raise awareness about mental health. Through her relatable storytelling and honest personal experiences, she has helped many people feel understood and find motivation to overcome difficulties. Additionally, AJ explored the world of comic book writing, contributing creative ideas to projects enjoyed by readers. Today, AJ Lee is remembered not only as a former WWE champion, but also as a symbol of resilience and creativity, proving that the spotlight doesn't have to be confined to the wrestling ring. 9. Ivory. Former WWF Women's Champion Ivory, born Lisa Moretti, was one of the brightest stars in women's wrestling during the late 1990s and early 2000s. She began her career with the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, quickly making a mark with her powerful style, intense in-ring approach, and confident presence. In 1999, Moretti joined WWF under the ring name Ivory, and in a short time, she established herself by winning 3 women's championships. Beyond her titles, Ivory left fans with memorable moments, including her involvement with the Right to Censor faction led by Steven Richards, a group famous for its moral crusade, gimmick yet highly captivating storylines. After leaving WWE in 2005, Ivory chose a completely different path. Rather than staying in the spotlight, she focused on charitable work, particularly animal welfare. Following the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, Moretti actively helped affected animals, which led her to become deeply involved with Best Friends Animal Society, an organization dedicated to caring for and rescuing pets. Today, Lisa Moretti owns Dogtown Dog, a pet care, grooming, and boarding facility in Friday Harbor, Washington. A standout feature of her business is the Bow Wow Bus, a mobile service that takes dogs on outdoor excursions, giving them exercise, fun, and a chance to connect with nature. From a shining star in the wrestling ring, Ivory has found a new joy and sense of purpose in her life alongside her 4-legged friends. 10. Shawn Stasiak. Shawn Stasiak, son of the legendary Stan, the Man Stasiak, a former WWF champion, seemed destined to enter the world of professional wrestling. With his imposing build and rich family legacy, he quickly caught the attention of fans during the late 1990s, the height of the Attitude Era. At that time, Stasiak portrayed the character Meat, a unique persona associated with the Pretty Mean Sisters, including Terry Reynolds, Jacqueline, and Ryan Shamrock. While the role was often controversial, it helped Shawn carve out his own identity amid WWE's constantly evolving roster of unusual and distinctive characters. His career wasn't anchored to a single promotion, as Stasiak frequently moved between WWF and WCW, appearing in various storylines and matches. In 2001, when WWE acquired WCW, he returned to the company for a brief stint before stepping away in 2002. This decision wasn't due to a decline in performance, but rather his desire to pursue a path outside the ring. After leaving the spotlight, Stasiak launched a new career in healthcare, becoming a chiropractor. Drawing on both medical knowledge and the physical training he honed as a wrestler, he has helped many people improve their health and recover from injuries. Beyond his professional practice, Shawn also became an inspirational speaker, sharing his life story to motivate others to overcome challenges and stay committed to their goals. From a wrestler featured in some of the boldest storylines of his era, Shawn Stasiak has found success on an entirely different journey, bringing both physical and emotional healing to the community. 11. Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore was one of the standout figures in professional wrestling during the late 1990s and early 2000s, known for his agile style, impressive high-flying techniques, and distinctive rebellious personality. He began his career in promotions such as WCW, WWE, and TNA, leaving a mark with memorable tag team matches, especially when paired with Jimmy Wong Yang. Moore's performances consistently thrilled audiences and secured his place among wrestlers celebrated for versatility and dynamic in-ring skills. In WWE, Shannon Moore became recognized for his punk rock star persona, featuring a striking appearance, colorful hair, and a free-spirited lifestyle. His character exuded a modern, youthful energy that resonated strongly with younger fans. Tag team bouts against prominent opponents of the era further solidified his reputation, even though he never claimed a top championship title. After stepping away from the ring, Moore pursued a completely different path, becoming a professional tattoo artist. His passion for tattoo artistry had developed during his wrestling years, and he transformed that passion into a career. Shannon now owns his own tattoo studio in North Carolina, where he creates unique designs while sharing personal stories and experiences with clients. This work allows him to continue connecting with the community in a creative and meaningful way, inspiring others while maintaining the distinctive personality he is known for. From a dynamic wrestler to a talented tattoo artist, Shannon Moore has proven that life after wrestling can remain exciting, creative, and deeply fulfilling. 12. Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray Huffman, older brother and longtime tag team partner of Booker T, was one half of the legendary Harlem Heat. Together, they captured the WCW World Tag Team Championship 10 times, a rare achievement that helped cement their place as one of the greatest tag teams in WCW history. With a powerful style, decisive moves, and flawless teamwork, Harlem Heat left a lasting impression on fans, with Stevie Ray proving himself indispensable to their success. After retiring from professional wrestling, Stevie Ray didn't choose a quiet life. Instead, he pursued personal passions outside the ring. A speed and car enthusiast, he became an active member of the West Houston Motorcycle Club and joined the largest Corvette club for African Americans in the U.S., demonstrating his connection to the community and his enjoyment of sharing hobbies with like-minded enthusiasts. Beyond his love for vehicles, Stevie Ray ventured into business. He owns Stevie Ray's Trucks, a company specializing in freight transportation services. Additionally, he became a familiar voice to fans as the host of the weekly wrestling radio show Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, where he shares insights, opinions, and entertaining stories from the industry he once called home. From a celebrated wrestler in the ring to a successful entrepreneur and radio host, Stevie Ray has shown that life after the spotlight can be vibrant, fulfilling, and full of color. 13. Molly Holly. Molly Holly, born Nora Greenwald, is remembered as one of the most talented and beloved female wrestlers of her era. With a down-to-earth girl-next-door charm, she combines solid in-ring skills, resilience, and a naturally witty personality, making her stand out in the hearts of fans. Throughout her career, Molly took on a variety of roles. She was kayfabe cousin to Bob and Crash Holly, transformed into Mighty Molly as the loyal sidekick of the Hurricane, and even portrayed a stern villainess wearing the iconic granny panties, surprising and entertaining audiences alike. Her versatility and dedication in the ring earned her both the WWF Women's Championship and the Hardcore Championship, achievements few female wrestlers had reached at the time. However, as WWE increasingly focused on looks over wrestling ability for women, Molly became disillusioned. In 2005, she decided to leave the company and pursue a more meaningful path. She dedicated her time to charitable work, supporting Christian missionary efforts in Guatemala, and contributing to youth counseling programs aimed at helping teenagers struggling with addiction. Today, Molly Holly remains involved in wrestling, but in a different capacity. She serves as a coach at the Academy School of Professional Wrestling in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a school co-founded by Ken Anderson and Sean Divery. There, Molly shares her experience, nurtures passion, and helps guide the next generation of female wrestlers in shaping their careers. 14. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. James Williams, better known to fans as Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, was one of the standout figures in territorial wrestling. During his years in world-class championship wrestling, Garvin portrayed a vain, pretty boy, often appearing alongside his manager, Sunshine. This villainous persona quickly drew attention, helping him establish a distinctive character and captivate audiences wherever he appeared. Garvin further left his mark in the AWA, teaming up with Steven Regal, famously known as Mr. Electricity. The duo caused one of the biggest shocks in wrestling history when they defeated the legendary Road Warriors, one of the top tag teams of the 1980s, to capture the AWA World Tag Team Championship. This accomplishment not only elevated Garvin's name but also marked a significant milestone in his already colorful career. After leaving the ring, Jimmy Garvin chose a completely different path. He earned a pilot's license and became a commercial airline pilot, a stable career that demands responsibility and precision. Even after stepping away from wrestling, Garvin maintained a connection with WWE. In 2006, he briefly worked with the company's creative team for less than a week. Nonetheless, his legacy remained intact, culminating in his well-deserved induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2016, honoring his long and dedicated career. From the iconic pretty boy of WCW and AWA to a commercial pilot, Jimmy Garvin has shown that life after wrestling can be just as vibrant and full of surprises. 15. Tito Santana. During WWE's golden years, Tito Santana was synonymous with resilience, solid technical skills, and his iconic El Matador persona, a proud, bullfighting-inspired warrior. He was one of the most beloved stars of the 1980s and early 1990s, holding the Intercontinental Championship twice and winning the WWE Tag Team Championship with his partner. With a distinguished career and significant contributions to professional wrestling, Tito was honored with induction into the WWE Hall of Fame, cementing his status as an enduring fan favorite. After retiring from the ring, Tito Santana chose not to continue in show business but instead pursued a role rooted in education and community. He became a teacher at a high school in New Jersey, teaching physical education and Spanish. This career shift reflected Tito's humility and sincerity. Rather than leveraging his fame to remain in the entertainment spotlight, he dedicated himself to nurturing the next generation. Many students were surprised to discover that their teacher had once been a WWE star, but this revelation also became a source of inspiration and motivation. In addition to teaching, Tito owns a small hair salon, where he occasionally interacts with fans. Living quietly and without fanfare, he enjoys life after wrestling while maintaining a close connection with the audience who once followed his matches. From a dazzling WWE superstar to a teacher and small business owner, Tito Santana has shown that true success is not only measured in the ring but also in living a humble and meaningful life beyond the spotlight. Those are 15 stories of famous WWE wrestlers who are now living ordinary lives, yet in their own unique and fascinating ways. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Wrestling Sphere for more exciting stories.